This ain't a regular love, babe. It's that waking out your sleep with me massaging your feet, yeah. It's that anything you want, I'm only here to please you. Baby, you're in my command. Hey, your kiss sends me a shot of dopamine. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure, for sure. I don't feel it's a one night stand. No. It's that look you in your eyes, make love in paradise. A one life stand. It's that sweep you off your feet, give you everything you need. That's what I'm feeling. It's that don't pick up the phone, cause we wanna be alone. And I never thought I'd feel this way, then you came along and proved me wrong. Oh no, I never had an interest in love until I met you. And I don't know if it's real, or is it just a phase I go through, but I feel that it's true. We don't need no labels, babe. What we got is something different. We don't need no labels, babe. Lady, we don't need no labels to show that what we have is something special. For sure. Since you came in my life, I see so clear now, yeah. You're so special. No need for labels.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTVP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Morning, sunshines. I am so happy to be here. Good morning. That's truly a Dawn Millhouse statement. I get that text often. So good morning, guys. I'm your guest host this morning. I'm Kelly Fair. I'm the founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program and author of the newly released book, Every girl is a CEO. And this morning on the Book of Dawn, it is the Pebbles Takeover. So I'm so excited this morning too that we got the awesome team here, and with me I also have our Polished Pebbles Impact Director Chris Curse is here with us this morning, and we're sitting in for Dawn. She's our fellow board member with Polished Pebbles, and so Polished Pebbles is really a chapter out of the Book of Dawn, because if you know her, you know how committed she is to philanthropy and giving back. And so this morning, of course, since she's not here, we want to send happy anniversary wishes to the Millhouses after 11 years. Yes. So, celebrate #Black Love. And so, in the essence of love, we're loving the opportunity to be here and support her, but having this platform and opportunity to talk about supporting girls in the work that we do with Polished Pebbles.
You guys, I'm so excited to have you guys. And you see, I have my Polished Pebbles hard hat on, Esco and Ron.
Yes.
I love it. So if you see me holding on to my headphones, because can I wear this throughout the whole show?
You are a pink
I
hard
love
hat
it.
lady.
You are an official pink hard hat.
Hey, I'm so excited. And really fast, because Kelly, people don't know. I mean, you've done some major things lately. You were on Fox show, then you were with our friend Jose Sanders at ABC, and the Kelly Clarkson. I mean, that's major. That's national. How was it being on her show?
Well, it was Kelly to the second power, so it was two Kellys, but it was an awesome opportunity because Kelly is so warm and inviting and loves to celebrate people who are giving back to the community. So it was just awesome to talk about Polished Pebbles, and they kept saying, "Well, be excited, and if you need tissue, it's okay to cry." And I'm like, well, what are we crying about? Right. And I didn't realize they surprised me with one of my very first mentees. And she is now in her first semester at Yale Law School.
I did. I watched that. I got emotional watching, because plus I was excited just because Dawn talks about you all the time, and so I feel like we're friends through Dawn.
That's right.
And so I was so excited. And this was just like last week, right? This was
absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
That was major. So congratulations, and I mean that's major. So if you guys haven't watched it, go. I mean, you can pull it up on YouTube.
Her Facebook page, and watch it and share it.
That's major. And you're going to get so much from that. I'm sure the outpour right now is huge.
It's been a great response with people thinking about, even in the midst of the pandemic, how do they bring and think about supporting girls, virtually across the country. So we're excited.
Wow. Right.
And Chris, I'm so excited. We have you back too. I mean, you're a celebrity stylist, international beauty expert. You're the impact director for Polished Pebbles.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know I wear many hats. Not usually the pink one, but I wear a lot of hats. I got a big Afro hat on today. So, but I know that one of the things is anything Polished Pebbles for me is great. The idea of being a mentor, even though I live in the beauty world, I understand that the world for girls extends so far beyond that. And that I try to make sure that I can impact that as well. And so as an impact director, I try to make sure that we stay connected to the community and our sponsors. And there are going to be several people joining us later today.
Right. Man, you guys have some awesome guests. We're letting you just take over. I'm just here to support you guys.
It's a Pebbles takeover.
It is, and it accentuates something that Dawn always says, is that she came up with the slogan, "We're better together," and it really brings in that the girls grow and have impact because the community comes together. Yes. Female role models, male role models, businesses, community supporters. So we're excited to showcase that today.
Yeah. And so your first guest, tell us about who your first guest is coming up.
Sure. So our first guest that we have today is Sarah Zellman, and she comes from the 50/50 Restaurant Group. And they're one of our Polished Pebbles partnering businesses, and they've done some dynamic work with us virtually with girls to help prepare them for future careers in the restaurant industry.
Wow. Well, and that's important to talk about, Kelly, because I think that during the pandemic, Polished Pebbles has been able to thrive virtually, and the 50/50 they have been all around. Yep. They have been able to touch so many aspects of what the program embodies.
Yep. Yep, and providing really hands-on opportunities for girls to get their feet wet and understanding what it is to be an excellent professional in that particular industry.
Wow. And you guys just seem, I mean, just your energy, it seems like people just cling to you guys. So it doesn't seem like that because your energy, I mean, and I met Chris. I mean, Chris is one of my BFFs. Like, I love Chris. And then, of course, we were friends. We didn't know, but you're my friend in my head because Dawn talks you up all the time.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, and then when I saw your interview and I was like, okay, this is amazing. I just think what you guys are doing just is incredible. And it uplifts. It's like a uplifting and it's like, but you still have fun. It's fun. It's not, like, okay, what's next on the list for us to do for the charity and for the foundation and for this, you know.
It's
you
no
guys
good
have
if
fun.
it's no fun. It's no good if it's no fun.
And we're all polishing each other. So
That's right.
kids can learn and our girls learn the lesson that you never stop learning, and learning is just a part of life because we all, as colleagues and as friends and BFFs, we all polish one another.
That's right.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because mentoring never stops with the person you're mentoring. The mentor is often being mentored as well. And so that it's a multi-level mentoring process.
Now, how long have you two been working together?
We've actually been around each other for 11 years because, again, this is another person with a giving heart, and we had a polished pebble who introduced the first lady, the floaters at that time, Michelle Obama, and Chris did her hair. And so that's how we first got connected. So we're excited about, talking to Chris, talking to Sarah, and then we've got some other great guests that are coming up with us today too. Parents, other businesses, and even we're going to talk about that pink hard hat and construction.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do our first break. Of course, we have a few birthdays today, some of Dawn's friends too. So happy birthday to Kim Kramer, Dorian Brumfield, Mark Vanderkoy, Judith Marie, Steve Olivier. Is it Oliveira? Olivia, Oliveira? Okay, Oliveira. I don't know. I was trying to read my own writing. Fran Sparks, Stanley Brundy, and of course Whoopi Goldberg and Jimmy Kimmel today.
Oh.
So
Who
they're
are they?
Just a few people there. We'll have to send them. Jimmy Kimmel. That's going to be next on your list.
There we go.
We're going to talk in existence. Right. See, we think alike.
Talk it up.
So we're going to take a quick break.
From
Thank you, guys.
Kelly Clarkson to Jimmy Kimmel.
Exactly.
Yes!
Thank you guys for tuning into another page of the Book of Dawn. Make sure tell everybody to share. We're here every day, 9 to 11. And you can watch us live, the Maze Jackson page on Facebook or on YouTube. And we'll be right back.
WIFTBPN.
Whatever happened to you falling in that grocery store?
Your guess is as good as mine. My auntie said she knew someone. I gave her all the information, but that was 3 weeks ago and I still haven't heard anything.
You still got time to talk to the lawyers at the CLN.
The CLN? What's that?
It's the Chicago Legal Network, a group of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of law, especially the laws most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. Plus, all the lawyers at the CLN all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community.
Sounds like I definitely need to contact them.
Say less. I can text you everything you need to know. So if you're ever injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. That's 773-912-3545. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Ricky said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we're about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah?
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. You, I'm out.
about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTV.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Well, welcome back to the Book of Dawn. Again, this morning, I am your guest host, Kelly Fair of Polished Pebbles, and it is the Pebbles Takeover this morning. So we're going to be talking all things Polished Pebbles, which is a girls mentoring program. It's Chicago-based. We've been around for 11 years, but we've served over 5,000 girls in Chicago, Indiana, and Texas, and North Carolina at Duke University. And we focus on girls being great communicators at home, school, and the future workplace. So we are a chapter out of the Book of Dawn because Dawn Millhouse is one of our beloved fellow board members. And so she really helps provide the resources and a lot of direction for the work that we do with girls. And we help girls become great communicators by making sure that they understand why communication matters. And what we often do is use the future workplace as the campus to really help them get that together. I mean, there is nobody in the United States of America that does not want to live a great life and understand employment gets you there. And our kids and our girls understand the same thing. And so what we do with Polished Pebbles is often partner with different businesses locally, nationally, and even globally to provide girls with the opportunity. We take our pebbles to work. And so they do job shadows at our different companies and learn what it's like to work in that particular industry, but why communication skills are critical at any job, at any industry, and any company. And so we've been in, of course, shout out to Millhouse Construction and Engineering. We've been in the pink hard hats in the construction industry, hospitality with the Hyatt, technology with Microsoft, Blue Cross Blue Shield, a variety, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom's, and Taylor, lots of companies. And so we had the wonderful opportunity last year to partner with a new business in the restaurant industry. Now we have been holding it down.
During the pandemic.
Because hashtag Pebbles Pivots. But we've also for a long time have partners like right here locally in Chicago and Bronzeville. Yasmin with Two Fish has been one of our greatest ambassadors. So she's always hosted the girls, hired some of them. But we had the wonderful opportunity to work with the 50/50 Restaurant Group, another locally based restaurant industry giant. They're really taking off. Lots of different restaurants that you'll hear about. Of course, Roots Pizza is one of them. And we're fortunate enough to have one of the individuals from the 50/50 Restaurant Group here with us today. And that's Sarah. And so we can't wait to bring Sarah in.
Yep, but I think she's coming on.
Is she coming on?
Oh, I can't wait.
I cannot wait either. I love Sarah.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
You can hear me?
We can hear you, Sarah. Can you hear us?
Oh, I did it.
You made
Good morning,
it.
everybody.
Hey, we all
Good thing I
pivot in
didn't
this
sneeze or
pandemic, and we're
anything.
making this technology work. So this morning, we're really grateful to bring to you one of our partners with the 50/50 Restaurant Group, and her name is Sarah Zellman. She's one of the staff there. She works in marketing and social media, and the 50/50 Restaurant Group partnered with us this summer. We pivoted, like Chris mentioned, and started doing virtual career programs. I had a whole work study program. The Every Girl's a CEO summer work study program, and 50/50 Restaurant Group provided some virtual programming to introduce girls to the restaurant industry. And there she is. We've got Sarah here with us today. Hey, Sarah. So, Sarah, we're so glad to have you this morning and talk about the 50/50 Restaurant Group. Many people
Thank
may
you
not
so
know.
much, Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning. Many people may not know what the 50/50 Restaurant Group is. Can you tell us a little bit about who you guys are?
Sure. Yeah. So we are a mid-sized restaurant group in the city. In regular times, we have 16 concepts and 19 locations. Depending on the shutdown, we have anywhere between 5 and 8. It's every different kind of concept, from bars to pizza places to we have a really great bakery. I'm really, really lucky to have this job. I actually started there 5 years ago as a host, and then I just clawed my way up, and I got really lucky because I kind of came in right when they started really realizing that we could actually do this. The way that they started their company was my bosses opened one location. And then from there, they said, oh, let's open a second one. And then that just kept happening until we got to this point. And my bosses and our founders, Scott Weiner and Greg Moore, have set an awesome example for the industry and really put all in on giving back to the community. And that's how we got so lucky to be able to connect with Miss Kelly and Polished Pebbles.
No, absolutely. I mean, the commitment to giving back to the community, and not just in word, but also in deed. And I think the most powerful thing is you guys have kept the commitment to giving back even when the restaurant industry was probably hardest hit in the pandemic. As soon as we started opening up again, I got a call from Dave that said, all right, we're ready to get back to the stuff that we had started. And that just warmed my heart because I'm committed to mentoring. So, Sarah, we did some work with you guys in our summer work study program with girls, where we hired about 30 girls this summer and paid them to learn about professional development and preparing for their future careers. And it's our Every Girl's a CEO program. You guys brought some virtual job shadow, virtual job training things to our girls. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys did with us this summer?
Absolutely. Yeah. So as Kelly said, we were lucky enough to be brought into their summer work program. So what we did was, so there was, how many girls was there, Kelly? 30, you said?
It was about 30.
So we separated them into 6 different teams, and then I gave them assignments working with 3 of our different concepts. So basically these girls, I think the youngest one was 11, right? All the way up to probably 22, went in and kind of did a social media assessment of our accounts. And then they also came up with campaigns for us. And they did like presentations. We had a whole day of it. I was blown away. Honestly, I can't say enough how Kelly prepared them. I couldn't believe that this 11-year-old girl was like, this is what you need to do better at your job. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It actually came up yesterday. We were shooting some like cakes and stuff. And I was like, oh man, Pam, we got to get some cutting videos. Remember what the Polished Pebbles girls said? They were so right. So we got to do that. And then we did choose a team that was the winning team. And we got to take them out to a socially distanced lunch at our pizza place, Roots Pizza, on Chicago Ave in Westtown. And it was way cool getting to meet them in person. I already felt like I had known all of them. I can't believe actually how much connection I felt with them through a virtual experience. It's really amazing.
It was awesome. Well, we're going to come back with you, Sarah, and talk about how important and how much it benefited the girls as well. So you guys got from it, they got from it, and we'll be right back on the Book of Dawn.
Sounds good.
IFTVPN.
In that grocery store.
As good as mine. My auntie said she knew someone. I gave her all the information, but that was 3 weeks ago and I still haven't heard anything.
You still got time to talk to the lawyers at the CLN.
The CLN? What's that?
It's the Chicago Legal Network, a group of attorneys that concentrate in many areas of law, especially the laws most needed in Chicago neighborhoods. The CLN lawyers focus on personal injury, criminal defense, and other issues. Plus, all the lawyers at the CLN all average over 20 years of legal experience and are dedicated to helping the Chicago community.
Sounds like I definitely need to contact them.
Say less. I can text you everything you need to know. So if you're ever injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or injured on the job, or you need assistance with criminal defense, including driving violations and DUI, check out ChicagoLegalNetwork.com for more information, or call 773-912-3545. That's 773-912-3545. The Chicago Legal Network is committed to developing Black lawyers through mentorship and co-representation.
WIFTVP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
All right, good morning. We're back with the Book of Dawn. I'm your guest host today, Kelly Fair with Polished Pebbles, because it's the Pebbles Takeover. And so with us, with this Pebbles Takeover and talking about what we do with Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program, we are very focused on pipelining girls to their future careers. We want them to explore different careers, see what they're like, and we've got a guest here today we're getting right back to, and that's Sarah Zellman from the 50/50 Restaurant Group, one of our partnering businesses that came together and provided career development for our girls this summer. Our girls, Sarah, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And so what you were talking about earlier is our girls actually got a chance with your group to analyze your social media, give you some tips on the social media, and then pitch to you and the owners of the restaurant their different ideas for different campaigns you guys were looking for. So you guys talked about how much it had an impact on you. I can't tell you how excited the girls were. And then the final product was when you chose the winning teams, what was their reward?
We got to take them out to a socially distanced lunch at our awesome pizza place, Roots Pizza, on Chicago Ave in Westtown. So we got to do a little meet and greet. We also got to take them on a tour of our campus. So we own a whole building in Westtown. So where our pizza place is, right next door is our bakery, Westtown Bakery and Diner. Upstairs is our farm-to-table restaurant, Homestead on the Roof. And then we have a couple of residential units. And then my office is actually upstairs as well.
And the girls were so excited with that event to get the chance to meet you guys and be in person and see the property. And then they were so excited, Sarah, when they got to see their social media campaigns that were inspired by them to actually be up on you guys' pages.
Yes. So we ran their campaigns that they actually made for us, and we were able to credit them on there.
Cool. Well, I know that I had a great tasting pizza last month, October. Yes. Chris, did you get that pizza?
I did, and the thing is, and I love that you could actually shift it a little bit. You could add more ingredients. I actually wanted to add a little bit more, so I was able to add more. So they were very accommodating at Roots Pizza. It was amazing. One of the things that I want to say or ask Sarah is, what about that experience? Is there any one takeaway from what was presented to you where you guys felt in terms of how you operate that you actually gained from that experience that you would want, that you're now incorporating into what you guys do?
Yeah. All the way down to the specifics of some of the things that the girls taught us. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing, y'all. I'm not that young anymore when it comes to people who are on the internet, okay? And the thing is, right, I'm 28 years old. So working with this next generation, I know. I mean, today, we have these people who are 15 and they're on the internet and they're setting the trends, right? And then it just balloons up to what the next people are going to be into. So being able to hear from them on, whether it was reinforcing or giving us new ideas, we learned a lot from that. But then I'll also say on a greater scale, it really enforced, I think, the drive that we have as a company to really focus in on our charitable programs and efforts. We are very lucky to be in a company that is large. We have 600 employees. So we're able to provide employment for people, but it's really wonderful to be able to go a step further and go out of our way to donate our time and resources. That's always been something important to me. So I feel really lucky to have worked with a company that has the same level of importance set on that.
And then the thing is, you guys just don't stop giving. I mean, so it's like we finish that and then you're like, well, we got some other ideas. Yes. And I mean, those are the kind of partners that just really make this work robust. So in October, International Day of the Girl is something that people all around the world celebrate. And you guys at Roots Pizza and 50/50 actually created a Polished Pebbles pizza.
We did. Well, the girls helped with that recipe, actually, which was so cool. It was so cool. So this was actually, we've done a few partner pizzas, but this was our first kind of formal charity pizza of the month. So what we were able to do is we put it right on the menu, right, smack in the middle of all of our most popular dishes. And we donate a portion of those profits over to Polished Pebbles. We also, a couple months back, actually our first connection was when we ran a charity cupcake for Polished Pebbles over at our bakery. Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
Right.
It was so
it was right
cute.
before the pandemic. You know what I mean?
It
right
really
in March. Right in
Yep.
March.
Yeah. That is so crazy, Kelly. That is wild to think about.
Well, what I just want to interject too is that
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you guys represent the all-around support for Polished Pebbles on every level of the organization, so that you guys provide internship opportunities, you provide opportunities where there's shadowing and engagement, especially during the pandemic virtually. You've also engaged our girls in ways to be creatives and then also finding more ways to do it. For Kelly, I always say there are heroes in many ways because of how you embody so many aspects of what our organization brings to girls. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You know what? Snaps for you. They taught me that in Polished Pebbles too. But thank you so much. I mean, I truly feel very lucky to be in a position where I get to give back and feel supported in doing so, right? You don't often get the owners of the company saying, do it. Let's give away more money.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
They recognize the privilege that they have and what they're able to give back with that, right? It would be easy to just be, a restaurant business and just be focused on that. But they really have taken it a step further. And I feel really, really, really lucky to be a part of that.
It's an awesome part of our Polished Pebbles community, and we love having the 50/50 restaurant group and you, Sarah. And it shows they were role models right there in the flesh. The owners were there at the events, participating virtually, helping and giving the girls the tips. And then smart enough to say, well, here's the women of the 50/50 restaurant group as well. So I think we've been really blessed over the 11 years to work with a wide variety of different businesses that have really embodied community engagement, really embodied diversity, equity, and inclusion as well.
Well, and look at how they may be excited when they're looking for careers going forward, that your organization is something that they will consider.
Yep. And they'll feel like it's attainable because they had a level of success with you already. Yep. And the community now gets to know about Roots Pizza that is in the South Loop. So it's not far, guys.
Yes.
And it's something that we should all be taking advantage of. So, Sarah, we are so grateful. Yay.
Yes. And I love pizza.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. I'm just excited listening. I was like, I'm just thinking of things in my head, right?
So, come on by.
Absolutely. So shout outs to the 50/50 restaurant group. Sarah, thank you so much for being here for this. You were a part of our Every Girl's a CEO conference. So you are the epitome of role model and mentor in so many different ways. And so we're just really grateful to have you. So I know that, thank you. Thank you. And send love to our whole 50/50 restaurant group family too.
I sure will.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
All right. So I know we're going to prepare to probably get ready to look at some of our other guests that we have coming up soon.
Yeah, we can do it. We can. We're going to get your next guest if you want to say who they are also.
Sure. So in the Polished Pebbles world, there's a whole community of folks that support us. There's businesses that support us. We've got board members and professionals. But we recognize that to have real impact on girls, we have to think about that whole ecosystem, that whole community. And sometimes the most impactful person in a girl's life is their moms. So after 11 years of Polished Pebbles, we realized that to build these trusting relationships with girls, we have to make sure that their families trust us as well. And sometimes the moms are the big girls who need more trusting relationships with women and know that we're not here to overstep. We're here to support. We're here to uplift everyone. And so we have a Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program, and we've got one of the moms here with us today.
Oh, my God,
so we're really excited about that. And then, of course, Lisa E., you're holding it down for.
And and some people, I've already got texts. They're like, what is that on your head? I'm like, this is this is the hard hat. So let's explain. So what do people get? Because I love this. This is so cute. I love it.
Polished Pebbles pivot, and we want to be prepared and explore, help our girls explore every different type of career, whether it's restaurant, whether it's retail, or we got really excited with the opportunity to think about pipelining girls into future careers in construction, trades, and manufacturing. And of course, that makes sense on lots of different levels. We're on the Book of Dawn, so Millhouse construction and engineering, but there are a lot of women holding it down in this industry, and a lot of women don't know about the opportunities there. So with the Pink Hard Hats Project, we expose girls to really great role models and females in the trades and help them explore the money that's available in a quicker pathway to get to the middle class.
That's amazing. I want to, well, we're going to talk later because I definitely want to volunteer for some of your things. I see what you guys do, and it's amazing, and I would definitely love to do that. And before we go to break too, we want to remind everybody, What's in It for the Black People Media is proud to support the Woodlawn located at 1200 East 79th Street. It's an innovative and economic center for the entire family. Now you can stop by, try their delicious jerk-inspired menu, plus get details on their new Igloo dining experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. Now, if you want any more information about reservations or their COVID-19 friendly space, you can go online at www.thewoodlawn1200.com. So www.thewoodlawn1200.com. So it's amazing. What's in it for the Black people? They just got it. We're all over the place.
All over the community.
All over the place.
Yeah.
And we thank everybody for tuning in with our wonderful, having you guys this is a wonderful Freestyle Friday with Kelly and with Chris. You guys and Polished Pebbles just taking over the airwaves on the Book of Dawn. And of course, we're going to take, we're here every day, Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. And go ahead, Chris.
And you guys, I see you guys writing in. Let's give a shout out to Kelly as our host.
Yes.
So I would love to see some more comments on how she's doing as the host, because it's hard to fill Dawn's shoes.
It is. These are big
and
shoes
so
to fill.
I know that we can definitely hear from you guys to see how she's doing, because she needs that encouragement too. She mentors everyone else, so here's a way to let her know.
And it's very uplifting. Yeah,
it is. And we want to make sure that people get a chance to follow us even beyond today. So if you haven't, please follow us and join us at www.polishedpebbles.com. You can find me at kellykfair.com, and then find us on all of our social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Same thing, you can find me at kfair the mentor on Instagram and Twitter as well. Stay and be a part of us, and be a part of our family. Social media is how we're sticking together.
Exactly. and another little shameless plug, your book, Every Girl is a CEO, just released.
Absolutely.
So, go ahead. I mean, and it's beautiful. Yeah, I love the cover.
So Every Girl's a CEO is a book that we created essentially. It's a career and success guide that is perfect for girls to help them have the tools to help them achieve their dreams, and even something as simple as getting your first job. It's got workbooks, it's got resume guides, it gives you a good insight on being a CEO. We believe our girls are CEOs now. Exactly. They're working, going to school, braiding hair on the side, putting in lashes, taking care of younger siblings. So moving on to that future career is definitely not a huge leap for them.
That's what I say. Who runs the world? Girls. And with that note, we'll be right back.
Thanks.
WIIFTBPN.
Yeah. Ooh. I miss your kiss. Oh, your kiss is one of a kind. It feels so nice. Girl, you do it right. I miss. Girl, you don't go too fast, you take your time. Just how I miss. Hey, oh, you kiss it, then I'm drifting off your love. Keeps me floating, girl. I miss. Oh, and ooh, it feels so good. I wanna come down. Girl, I'm missing that love. Come on. Ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Come on. When you're not around, girl, I'm tweaking. I swear I be hearing things. Oh, yeah. And if I cannot have you, girl, I'm fiending. Oh, that's such a talent you bring. Yeah. Oh, and day is too long. If I can hold you in my arms. If I can find a real good love, that kiss is a drug to me. Baby, your kiss is all I need. Come on, ooh, it feels so good, baby. Oh, come on, ooh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, girl. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. I miss it already, babe. I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me. Oh, babe, I'm missing all those kisses. Baby, bring those lips to me.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Youth events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black youth members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black youth-led organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
WIFTBP.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. Book of with Dawn Millhouse.
Well, good morning again. I'm Kelly Fair. I am your guest host this morning for the Book of Dawn. It is the Polished Pebbles Takeover, and I am the founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program. It's one of the very many community activities that Dawn Millhouse supports, and she sits on our board with Polished Pebbles. And so we're so excited this morning. I have my Impact Director, Chris Kurz, here with us this morning. And, of course, we're holding it down with Lisa E.
I'm so excited. We're having fun. I love it.
We are.
Great energy today.
And so we've had this great opportunity to talk about all of our partners that we have with Polished Pebbles, all of our great programs, talk about new book, Every Girl's a CEO, which is a career and success guide. You can find information about it on www.polishedpebbles.com. And so one of the things that we're passionate about, helping girls get ready for their future careers and realize being a great communicator and having great networks and relationships help you get there. The most important relationship for many of our girls, of course, is with their moms. So one of the things that we've recognized over the years is that moms will often sit in the back of sessions and say, well, I'm a Polished Pebbles too. I'm going to sit in on this session about networking and about building your career. And because many of our moms are interested in moving their careers forward as well, whether it's moms who are looking to get into the workforce for the first time, moms who are looking to maybe level up and break through the glass ceiling. And then we got a lot of moms who are interested in entrepreneurship as well. And so one of the things we thought 3 years ago was it was important to start having a Mommy and Me initiative where moms and daughters could build these important bonds, because moms are sometimes the most important mentors of all. And so we want to make sure we're preserving, supporting those relationships. And so we started off with a career conference, a day-long career conference, where moms and daughters build bonds with one another, working on career and communication skills together. And Tennille's given us some shout-outs about the Mommy and Me program because she and her daughter have been a part of it. And so it's evolved to summer hangouts where moms and daughters learn how to put together and publish their own podcasts. And this summer, moms and daughters came together and built their own businesses and business plans and learned directly from a business coach on how to do that. And I was just so amazed with how ready that they are. Chris, I know you've seen it. You've been a part of our Mommy and Me initiative.
Oh, yeah. I've presented for it. And one of the things that I was super excited about was recently with our new vice president-elect, Kelly had an opportunity to do her State of the Pebbles address to everyone. And we know that Kamala Harris actually calls herself Mamala.
Kamala.
Yeah. Right. As her way of paying homage to the children that, she's raising that were not necessarily her birth children. And so the one thing about the Mommy and Me program that is also quite special to me is the idea that that mommy can be that person who functions in that role. It could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt, it could be a godmother, it could be anyone who actually steps into that place, who actually is being that supportive system to those girls. And so I came up with my one for Kelly. I called it Mamalee.
That's cute.
Because she becomes that Mamalee to all of these girls in so many ways. And even to me sometimes, I'm just like, thanks, Mama.
It's the Virgo in me. Chris, come on,
it
get
is,
it
but
together.
People need that. And I mean, even whether it's your own actual mother or somebody else that represents that what you guys are talking about, that figure. I mean, because sometimes even your own mother, until you're an adult, sometimes you don't realize. Like, I look back, my mom and I were talking, actually, she was saying stuff about my grandmother, the things, she's like, wow, I never gave my grandmother that much as much credit, and she was telling me all the things my grandmother had done when she was little. But I was thinking too, I'm like, okay, my mom taught kindergarten. She would come home, make sure we all had a hot meal on, but then she would do all her papers and everything. And then she still drove 4 kids. She would schlep all of us, and she was getting her master's degree when she first started teaching, have 4 kids to schlep.
And that's been the amazing thing is so our support for moms has even been, we had a town hall, and we call it a summit for moms earlier this year, right in the midst of the pandemic, because there's been so many trying things that have come with the pandemic with remote learning, and moms are working from home, or we have frontline moms who are still having to work outside of the home and still manage the schoolhouse. But it's been a lot of trying things. But then we've heard a lot of moms say, daughters are saying, wow, I didn't know you worked that hard.
I think it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's amazing. Plus, just seeing a lot of times when, people don't realize mothers are also people. They look, mothers are still allowed to go out and hang with their girls.
Not just
and have
Uber
some,
drivers.
Exactly. And I think it's good because then it shows, too, the respect, too, and to see what your daughter does and to get to know each other as people, not just, you're my mom, you're my daughter. So.
Well, and then one of the moms that we work with, Stephanie Luster of Assations. She's been a great supporter. She wears pink hard hats because she's in hair manufacturing, hair product manufacturing, but she's also a mom. And so you've gotten a chance to see, and we've seen the pictures of moms in their desk at home and how they're working, and their daughter's desk are right next to them, and how they're prepared and thinking about it. So it's really expanding that whole definition of hero, because hero is, you Uber me here back and forth, but now I'm getting a chance to see my mom working, and I didn't realize she worked from 8:30 to 8:30. Exactly. I didn't realize how much of a boss she was, and then she's still tender enough, and I think the other thing, vulnerable enough to show her mistakes and her scars too. Yeah. So the things, the pictures that we've gotten, the stories that we've gotten, moms who are just really just been open and sharing with us how much they've grown with their daughters during the pandemic. I think the Tribune even did a story on that too.
And Kelly, that's such a great point, because I think that now you have so many women who they would drop their kids off at school, and then they spend all this day at school, and they never have this experience or moment to see what their moms really do all day. And so now some of them are actually seeing either at home or at the job what happens all day.
Absolutely. And I can't tell you how the response when we made our summer Mommy and Me program, and it was virtual, but they're still showing up. And the response that we got from moms and daughters were like, when they found out it was going to be about building businesses, it was like, register. Oops. And so, see, I got so excited about it, I had to bang it. But that's how they were. It was literally how the registrations were coming in this summer. And so there were a couple of different moms, and some will get to share the stories. But I mean, these moms and daughters had business ideas already. They knew specifically, I need website, I need marketing, I need to know about an LLC or versus, S-Corp, all these different things. I'm doing lip gloss, we're doing lemonade, we're walking dogs. We even had a mom and daughter who already had started a filmmaking and photography business. Adrian McGee and Addison, her daughter Addie, who we love. And so we're really looking forward to probably when we come back from the break to talk about some of those businesses, because Jose Sanders, a good friend of yours too, Lisa, picked up on it and did a really great story and sharing about the Shark Tank that our moms and daughters
and he's
did.
Such a positive guy. I love Jose.
Again, we're all better together, and it's the whole community that's helping move this program and move the lives of these moms and daughters forward.
Wow. Well, we'll take our break. And of course, man, with Kelly Fair and we are just having such a great Friday, and I'm learning a lot. And I just really hope everybody out there, it's a great way to end the week here on the Book of Dawn, who, of course, Dawn is, somewhere with some champagne in Mr. Millhouse, drinking some champagne. They're just, doing their champagne thing. So we'll be right back. And we'll be right back. Book of Dawn.
WIFTBPM.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all this, that dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies of the politicians. We need money, no symbolism. It's Maze and Sonya and Ruthie and Todd explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' start. They ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressor to solve us.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it. On the count of 3, let's go.
When is my people gon' stop that hate? Look in the mirror, realize you great. But we always argue with our brothers, but is others gon' take our place? Stay in tune and stay on top. About who for us and about who not. Just green light the black economy. Then watch all the shooting gon' stop. To my black people in power, just remember who put you in power. If you really wanna save all the black princesses, be Mario or not Bowser. They gave us a hard job. We gon' make it if we do it together. Divided before we gotta evolve. We confidence you with it before you started. With no confidence in the people, we always gon' be the people.
What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more than listen. Need some action with it. On the count of 3, let's go. What's in it for me? What's in it for you? Who's telling the lies? Who's telling the truth? Black people realize the sun shines for you. So stop the divide. See what melanin do. What's in it for the black people? All the lies we didn't heard before. Time to pay attention. You gotta do more.
Y'all see me?
I need some action with
All right.
it. On the count of 3, let's go.
I love being black. I love being black. May said, I love being black. I said, I love being black.
Now, the one thing that everyone seems to have forgotten here tonight is that what you're talking about in the capitalistic form of government is power. This is the only thing that this country responds to is power. Economic power and political power.
Food, culture, impact. What's in it for the Black People Media is proud to support The Woodlawn, located at 1200 East 79th Street. The Woodlawn is an innovative economic center for the entire family. Stop by and try our jerk-inspired menu. Plus, get details on our new Igloo Dining Experience. Restaurant, event space, cultural space. For more info about reservations or our COVID-19 friendly space, visit us online at www.thewoodlawn1200.com.
WIFTV.
Live from your media studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Well, welcome back. You are tuned in to the Book of Dawn, which runs every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. from the broadcast studio of What's in It for the Black People Studios. Today we're live, and I'm your guest host. I'm Kelly Fair. I'm the founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program. We're a chapter out of the Book of Dawn and her commitment to philanthropy. And today it's Freestyle Friday, but she's let us take over the studio. So it is the Pebbles takeover this morning. Of course, we're here with our vet, Lisa E. And then I've got our impact director from Polished Pebbles, Chris Kurtz, here with me this morning as well. Man. So we're taking over, and we're talking about all things with girls empowerment, all things with power to the Pebbles, and what we do with Polished Pebbles. Again, if you're interested in following us and getting some information, go to www.polishedpebbles.com, and you'll learn about all of our different initiatives, job shadows with great companies like the 50/50 Restaurant Group. But then you'll also learn about our work with the whole community, because one of the things that Dawn always says is we're better together, and that is one of our pillars is communication, career, but community is a part of it. And so we just were talking before the break about our Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program, about how moms and daughters are building bonds together by building their career and communication skills at the same time. And we're so excited that we have one of our guests here today, and she's actually one of our Polished Pebbles moms, and her name is Adrienne McGee. And then we've got one of our other partners that are in with us as well. So we got 2 times the guests happening at one time because hashtag Pebbles pivot. And so we're gonna kind of talk to them one at a time. We're gonna talk first with Adrienne McGee, who is one of our Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me, and she worked with her daughter Addie this summer. And then we have Caprice Lindsay. She is one of the leaders at Hyde Park Bank, which Polished Pebbles is partnered with, and they've supported a lot of our different programming, and especially even our 10-year anniversary. So we'll get a chance to chat with Caprice as well. But I don't need to talk about what moms and daughters do and what they get from it. We're going to hear directly from Adrienne. And Adrienne, good morning. Can you hear us, Adrienne?
Adrienne, you there?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, there we go. Technology.
All right.
Technology. There we go.
Hey. We pull it together and do what we have to do.
Yes.
And I know that you are a star at doing that because your daughter, Addie, is a rock star. Mm-hmm. She is so much of a rock star. She just got her social media pages for her business going in the last week, and she truly has a following. Wow. Whenever we do anything about Adrienne and Addie, Team Adrienne and Addie shows up in full force. They are movement.
They were a feature for our Facebook Live for Polished Pebbles.
Absolutely. So Polished Pebbles continues to provide virtual programming even in the midst of the pandemic. And so you can sign up and go to our website if you're interested in signing yourself and your daughter up. Our Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me virtual program will continue to provide opportunities for moms and daughters to build businesses, learn new things together. But it'll be programming just for girls and programming just for moms as well. So, Adrienne, you have been around the Polished Pebbles universe for quite some time. Tell us about how you got to Polished Pebbles and why it was important for you and Addie to be a part of the Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program.
Kind of the same way I spoke when we spoke about our Facebook on this Facebook Live on Saturday. Around 7 years old, when Addie was 7 years old, I brought her to her first Polished Pebbles event. It was a bowling event, and we knew when she was younger that we wanted her to kind of become more confident, build her confidence level up, and just grow in aspects of learning to network, become better at public speaking. And so we said, hey, let's take her to this event about young women and mentoring. And that's when I met you, Kelly. And it's just been a godsend, like I said, on Saturdays ever since then. Addison has grown so much since then in regards to just her overall confidence and learning to speak up for herself and use her voice. And so I'm very thankful for Polished Pebbles in that.
Let me tell you something. I knew Addie was different. She hung with me one summer because I needed kids for doing stuff all summer. And me and Addie went and had lunch one day, and we started getting into this really deep conversation. And she was like 9 or 10. And before she started it, she paused to check my political affiliation. She said, I'm sorry. Are you a Trump supporter? So it's like she had to clear the air first to make sure which area I fell on. So I was like, who is this child?
Wow. And I think Chris Kurtz can speak to that too, because he's been in my life. He's like my brother. So he's been around Addison since before she was born. So he knows her energy. I think that anybody that comes into contact with her out the gate can feel that energy, can feel that personality, but it was always something in her that was a little bit more reserved. Her mama has a big personality, as anybody that knows me knows,
Okay,
right, out the
well,
gate. And I
this
think
is
that
a
people
daytime
just
radio show, ma'am.
exactly. I got you. But I think that people, because people know me and know my personality, they automatically expected that to be Addison's personality as well. And I can imagine growing up, seeing me and my friends and how we coexist. Addie probably always had a little bit of a fear of that because she is a little bit more reserved than me. But I knew that her energy could be directed in a different way. She doesn't have to be as loud and boisterous as mom in regards to, hey girl, but she can use that voice in regards to her business, in regards to school, in regards to academics. She's an athlete. So Polished Pebbles just helped to bring all that out.
So you led us right into it. You guys came up, really, you guys were one of the mom and daughter pairs this summer that came right with the business and the business idea. Tell us about the business that you guys created and how you kind of use Polished Pebbles to help you further develop it.
So honestly, I remember seeing the Polished Pebbles Facebook post about the Mommy and Me program mid-pandemic. It had to be around June or so. And I text you like, hey, girl, this is something that Addie really needs to get into because she had just created this business called Director's Eye. And so Director's Eye is a film and videography business that Addison created in the pandemic. What she does is her hashtag is, video montages for celebratory events. And that business came about because she always wanted to be an actress. But once we got into this quarantine, as I said before, the world shifted. So Addie wasn't able to go to acting classes as she wanted to. She wasn't able to participate in her school's plays and plays rehearsals. So we had to figure out another way to direct that creativity. But all of a sudden, she started doing like video challenges with TikTok with her family. And I would look at some of these videos and be like, wow, those are like movies. You really, have a knack for this. And I said to her one day, you have a director's eye. And honestly, she just came about this on her own. Her dad ended up giving her a camera. And then she just all of a sudden started taking pictures and realizing filmmaking is something she really was interested in. And she's really into movies. She's a huge movie buff. We watch movies all day, every day. We've been going to the movie theater. I think she went to go see Planet of the Apes at the theater when she was like 6 months because I'm into movies. So we've been going to movies forever. And she just took something that she was passionate about and turned it into a business. And in that regard, it was just something that just flourished over time because people started seeing how passionate she was about it and started offering her a lot of opportunities.
Let me tell you something. Addie is booked. Okay, the Director's Eye, if you follow them anywhere on social media, Addie is working. And again, that is how community really comes together and supports our Pebbles, is that we've got to provide them with those first job shadows, those first working opportunities, those first contracts and things like that. So quickly, we had girls in the Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program this summer focusing on business as young as 7 up to 17. So it was a wide range. Adrian, what were some of the business basics that you and Addie were able to learn as being a part of this? It was about a 7-week program.
Yeah, it was a 7-week program. I think it might have been 8 weeks actually. And it was every Saturday for 2 hours on each Saturday, 10 to 12. And one of the things I remember, Kelly and Chris know that I'm just the coach in this. I like to be in the background when it comes to Addie. You guys know, hey, we need to use Addie for this. And I'm like, okay, Addie's going to be doing the talking, right? I'm just here to kind of direct. So I kind of went into the Mommy and Me program thinking it was going to still be the same way that, okay, I was just kind of gonna like look over what Addie was doing, I review her homework. But this was actually a program for the both of us. So each Saturday morning we would wake up and we would meet with the mentor, Mr. Dwayne Wilson from San Francisco. I believe his program is called San Francisco Achievers, but he was also a great mentor in the program in regards to teaching the girls about writing business plans, coming up with like lean canvases, taught them about pricing, making budgets, quotes, things of that sort that I've never really had to do because I'm an events girl. So I end up working on the business side once all of that business stuff is done. But Addison got a jump start with this at the age of 13 and access to like a business mind and a business acumen that she had never seen before. And this actually helped her a lot because she just sent a quote to somebody last night at 10 o'clock for a video project, that she's doing for them this week. She was just on a Zoom call 2 days ago with B. Davis Designs in regards to a photo shoot that she's working on. Yep. We're trying to set up a Zoom call with her within the upcoming weeks with a nationally known film critic. She has things going on that I don't think she would have even believed in herself to do, and definitely wouldn't have learned the business side of it if it hadn't been for the Mommy and Me program.
So one of the things I think is so dynamic about Polished Pebbles is we always think about we're polishing down and we're helping mentoring and giving girls. We get polished on the sides and we get polished up. I mean, I think that we had to readjust our expectations for this business program because I said, well, you know, maybe it'll be nice and easy and, you know, get them. No, you guys were ready and said, we want the meat of business training. And so Dwayne Wilson was really ideal in helping to do that. And you guys actually, the culminating event was a Shark Tank competition. And we had grand prize winners who won seed money. I was so impressed to see 7-year-olds pitching their business up to 17-year-olds and moms and daughters doing it together, that it was one of those moments where I shed a tear. Because running this program and running an organization as a Black woman in the city of Chicago, all across the country, is really, really tough work. But it was one of those moments that helped me remember why I do what I do, why we do the Polished Pebbles team. And so we shared the story on social media and went and raised $7,000 more so that each mommy and daughter pair would have seed startup money. And Jose Sanders from ABC7 even found out about it. And so people now think that Polished Pebbles is a small loan business program for girls. So that'll be the perfect when we come back to talk to our other guest that we have with us today, and that's Caprice Lindsay, one of our partners from Hyde Park Bank. Because when it comes to finances and financial literacy, and she is definitely an advocate for girl empowerment, she is perfect for that. So I can't wait to come back and talk to Caprice. We're on the Book of Dawn, and we're getting ready to take a break.
WIFTBP.
Live. Check.
Don't you rock my boat, 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. Oh please, don't you rock my boat. Oh no, 'cause I don't want my boat to be right. I'm telling you just I like it like this. Keep this just like this. And you should know by now. I like it. I like it like what you've done for me. Oh yeah, I'm happy inside all of the time. When we're bending new corners, I feel like a sweet sex winner. When I meet you around the corner, you make me feel like a sweet steak winner. Watch out, can't you see? You must believe me. Oh darling, darling, I'm calling. Can't you see? Why won't you believe me? corner. Oh, I said, baby, never let me be.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn with Dawn Millhouse.
Well, welcome back to the Book of Dawn. Of course, I'm not Dawn Millhouse, but I'm kind of like a mentee, a little sister of Dawn, and I'm a chapter out of the Book of Dawn. I'm Kelly Fair. I'm the founder of Polished Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program, and it's just one of the philanthropic efforts that Dawn supports, the Millhouse Charity supports, and so we're so excited to be here this morning. It is the Pebbles Takeover, here with Chris Kurz, our Impact Director, and of course with Lisa E. And so we're talking all things Polished Pebbles, and we were having a really, really great conversation with one of our guests here today, talking about the Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program, which is essentially a program we created for moms and daughters to build stronger bonds and relationships together by building their career and communication skills together. They even build their own businesses and business plans. So we were talking to Adrienne McGee, who's still with us here this morning, talking about how she and her daughter Addie actually created their own business called The Director's Eye, a filmmaking and photography business. Of course, Addie is not here because she's doing what she's supposed to do,
Right.
which is being in school. So we are talking to our other star because our moms are our heroes all the time and the greatest mentors, and especially in the midst of this pandemic. So I know Adrienne was talking a lot about her business, Chris, and something she said really grabbed you.
It did. And Adrienne, I just wanted to say that when you talked about that the Mommy and Me program wasn't something where you anticipated just being able to be on the sidelines and kind of cheering her on, but that you actually were a participant, that you were able to grow and learn as well. That's something that I really wanted to touch on, because with the Polished Pebbles Mommy and Me program, that it is not just about the daughter, it is also about the mom, and so that both of you walk away with tools for success, and that's something that's really great, and I cannot wait to see how other people talk about that. I know we've got our other guest that's in waiting, and to talk about how, as a mom and daughter, what were those benefits of being able to participate and engage in a way. So that was really touching, because I think a lot of people don't understand with mentoring programs for girls, they think that it's only about the girls, and that the moms just kind of turn on the program and you just kind of watch and you're not participating, but you're actually participating.
A mentor of mine used to say, we're always teaching.
Yeah.
And so it's the time that we're in front of the group or in a classroom, but they're watching you when you're in a car. You might flip somebody off on the highway if they get in front of you. They're watching it.
I know Addie is.
I'm just saying. So they're always watching everything that we do, and so mom is definitely the lead mentor in this. But Chris, you you brought up a really good point, that the moms are looking for the training and the support as well. And so our other guest this morning, I know, is really passionate about supporting our girls and supporting women, and especially supporting girls and women in entrepreneurship. And that is Miss Caprice Lindsay. Caprice is from Hyde Park Bank, one of our partners. Good morning, Caprice. Caprice,
good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
okay. Hey, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? The Verizon guy.
Absolutely. And so Caprice, we're so glad to have you on this morning. It really is a great follow-up. Absolutely. To Adrienne talking about building a business with her daughter, Addie. And I know that at Hyde Park, you guys have been great partners for Polished Pebbles. We're also customers at Hyde Park Bank Wintrust. And when I met you, you were just like, hey, I'm all in. I love supporting girls. I see when they come in and they work in the bank. And I know entrepreneurship is a real focus for you guys as well. So tell us about, a little bit about you, sis, but also just what's new for supporting community efforts and financial literacy and women in business at Hyde Park Bank.
Yeah. So, when you ask me to be a part of this, I'm always like, yay, hurrah for us, for women of color, for young girls, especially as growing up, we didn't have some of these resources and opportunities. And as Adrienne, as you were speaking, I wanted to immediately, like, I need to know Addie. Addie needs to come here and tell me what she's doing with her money. I need to help
We
give
would
this
love
young
it.
girl some direction.
We would love
ready.
it.
Bring her here right now.
Thank you. I will.
So
I'll email you.
Please do, because when the battle is once they want it, that's the easy part. If they want it, all they need is support from us and people like us to give them that. They already have everything else. They're teaching us things. You know what I'm saying? She could show me something as far as doing the directorial and movies and etc. But as far as the bank is concerned and what I do here, my title is business development, and I've been doing retail banking for about 22 years now. And originally working in Wilmette, which was great, but once I realized that I came over to work in the community that I actually live in, then the passion really began to kind of just exude, because this is us. This is not that anybody in Wilmette is different. They're still beings and they still desire a service, but there's just something a little bit more passionate when you're serving your own community and you're doing, the things that you really, really love to do. So we've taken a big stance on teaching, and that's just the basic of reconciliation when it comes to financial literacy, knowing what you have, setting a budget, coming up with a business plan, and having the resources to help individuals, no matter what age, grow within their business and develop these different mechanics when it comes to managing your money, and also the lending aspect. And in addition to that, just an array of other things that come with banking, and not just money, lending, home purchasing, investment, etc. So that's what we're here for. And just coming in the door and making that introduction, it's important for kids to learn relationships. It's not about, it's good. It's always good to educate yourself and know things. But when you know people and you can people your way through things, that's just going to put you way ahead of the game. The peopling and relationships.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that whole relationship piece is part of what's really been the glue to keep Polished Pebbles there, working with Hyde Park Bank over the years as well. And I've just loved how we've been able to continue to even further our relationship with the bank. You guys have been supporters in so many different ways, but last year you actually sponsored our 10-year anniversary. Yes. And so, so you guys got so many beautiful properties, but you've got that historic building on 53rd Street that is just magnificent, that you guys constantly lend to the community. But we had our 10-year anniversary, and we brought a family carnival inside the bank lobby. Tell us about, why did you say yes to letting us bring popcorn
and take over your lobby?
Painted. We took Pebbles everywhere we go. We take over.
Pebbles take over everywhere we go.
So why did you guys let us take over? And it was like pink balloons and pink glitter all over the floor. Why did you guys let us do that?
Well, I don't know. I think the South Side is such a bad. I mean, I do know, but I think one, because we wanted to. It's something that we wanted to. Secondly, it's like the South Side gets such a bad rep, and it's like there are beautiful things out here. I want to display. I want to display that. I wanted to take an opportunity to show everyone what's going on over here, the beauty within this bank, and then the beauty that comes with the people that come to celebrate it and share it with everyone. So, that was a big deal, and the kids loved it. But let Chris tell it. I know I kind of missed the event because I was on flights.
Girl, we weren't going to tell anybody. Don't let Chris make you feel bad.
No, I'm telling.
I knew he was going to say
telling. And guess what? And everyone said, wow, it's so beautiful. So, but it's okay.
Well, shout out to great businesses with benefits and vacation packages. I'm not mad at you, Caprice. You're a CEO. Take your time.
Are y'all hiring?
Well, Caprice and Adrian, we want to thank you guys both so much for joining us this morning as we are Pebbles taking over the Book of Dawn, talking about our strong work with Polish Pebbles Mommy and Me program, and Caprice for representing businesses who love our girls and love our community like the way you do.
Sure.
Thank you so much. This is the Book of Dawn. We'll be back after the break talking about more things Polish Pebbles.
WIFTBPM.
Tamika Scott. Yeah. As we take this journey through life, we face trials and tribulations. But just know, the enemy is not gonna win. Cause the storm is almost over. That's right. The storm is almost over.
Too far to turn back now. Hold your head up. It's almost over. So set up to take you to your destiny. It's gonna be alright. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, this is your season. Just keep on believing. Blessings you'll be receiving. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Trigger with instructor Mike on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Why? Why? Because someone told a great guy no.
No! God, please, no! No!
And he told that no, and he said, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that no into next opportunity. That's the latest book I just released. What I tell myself about no, because children who do not understand the power of rejection and the propulsion that occurs inside it becomes adults who can't take rejection. And your next opportunity could be right around the corner if you just understand how to use that no. And that's why we exist at What's in It for the Black People Media Network, because someone took a no and said, I'm gonna create next opportunity. You're not silencing the voice, because that's what's in it for the black people is the truth. Not always that you want to hear. It's the shit that needs to be said, because our ancestors fought and died to give us the right of access. And who the fuck are you to tell me no? Only on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Hard work. We're on the go. Hard work.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
All right, well, welcome back to the Book of Dawn. Again, I'm your guest host today for Freestyle Friday. I'm Kelly Fair, the founder of Polish Pebbles Girls Mentoring Program, and it is the Pebbles Takeover. We get so excited with our takeover, sometimes we forget some stuff, right?
Yes.
We just have a party.
We just take over.
We just take over. But I realized that I forgot to talk about the word of the day, right? So the word of the day today is an adjective. It is multifarious. It's multifarious, and it means having many or various parts or aspects. And so I think it was a little shade thrown at us, or amazement. I'm going to say it's amazement that within a 2-hour time frame, we've had so many guests. But I mean, Polish Pebbles is quite multifarious.
Yeah.
We have lots
and
of
you've been
partners.
multifarious because you learned how to work our technological stuff, because I can't run around and do it, and I still have to learn, because Dawn usually does this stuff, and
I can't talk about how I'm multifarious.
Ron Rilla's been
Not
running
on the
back
radio.
and forth doing both things today, so he's like, just press this button when we go on. So we've all been multifarious.
Pebbles are prepared. We didn't go anywhere and not represent as well as we can.
So it's multifarious.
Multifarious.
And so what's in it for the black people media is multifarious, because we have wonderful shows that come up next. Of course, you start with Maze's show.
Absolutely.
Maze says whatever Maze wants to say. Then you've got the Book of Dawn.
Yep.
Then today, right coming up, we have the man that has multifarious words coming out. We have to get our own dictionaries to understand. So Milwaukee's World, he comes on, just amazing show. And right after that, I Said What I Said with Herb and Two. They do a wonderful job. Awesome. And then, of course, it wraps up with Chicago famous Mike Love and Diz, my brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we just
Get
great
the party started.
especially for Friday the 13th.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. Go ahead, do your sound effects.
I was born on Friday the 13th, technically.
Were you?
I was. And my last name is Curse, just in case you didn't know.
Wait, that is kind of a cool thing.
It's so creepy. I love every minute of it.
It's a curse because you bring so much positivity that people feel cursed because of all your, it's we make it like what double negative makes it a positive.
That's right. But you can't.
So you're a positive.
And I'm multifarious.
He is very multifarious. And let me explain why. One of the things, because Polished Pebbles, again, ding, ding, ding. Y'all, we need a bell or something every time we use the word of the day.
Multifarious.
So, because Polished Pebbles is so multifarious, we talked about our Mommy and Me program. We've talked about our Job Shadow program with partnering businesses. We wanted to make sure that we were providing girls with opportunities to make money, to be, even if it's a non-traditional career. And so Lisa all day has been representing with our Polished Pebbles Pink Hard Hat, which is one of our initiatives where we decided a couple years ago that, you know what, we want to be intentional about exposing girls to careers in construction and in trades and even manufacturing, and letting them know how much money they can make and how many opportunities and how to get prepared to do that. And Chris, being as multifarious as he is,
knock on, right? Okay.
Chris being as multifarious as he is, actually,
and ambidextrous.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
okay, well,
but as multifarious as he is, because he comes from so many different industries, but I think that why he's so awesome from our organization is he's polished in every way. And so we actually had him last month. He was the guest moderator for a panel, a Pink Hard Hats panel that we did at our Every Girl is a CEO conference, where we brought together industry professionals to talk about how many opportunities are out there for girls and women in trades, but they kept it real. I mean, they told the great parts, and then sometimes the challenges too. Chris,
and I learned so much just being a part of that panel. And one of those panelists is going to be joining us because we're multifarious, so we have we have all kind of guests here. Kelly, can you pass me that the sweater, because I just want to.
And while you're doing the panel you were on, it was called Every Girl is a CEO, right?
Yeah. Well,
and incidentally, isn't that the name of Kelly's book?
Well, and that was the thing. So Every Girl is a CEO. So the book is called Every Girl is a CEO, and as you can see on the book,
get a close up.
There are images of every girl, and there's a girl there with a hard hat on. Yep. Catch it. That is not by
Is her name Lisa? Oh.
Well, and there's also a girl there with this lovely sweater on. Yep. So that what happens is, because we have girls that come from all walks of life, from all backgrounds and experiences and family situations, that what we want to do is we want to make sure that they all feel a part of any experience that we put them in that is a part of their advancement and their growth. So that the pink shirts, it's not about like a sorority in the sense of, you're one of us because you have on a pink sweater. It's about uniformity and the idea that when this girl comes, she has done what, Kelly? She has learned how to shine. Right. Kelly, tell them what shine means.
So shine is one of the things, because when we want girls to be great communicators, we mean in every sense of the word. Even basic things like, can you introduce yourself to someone new for the first time? So shine is what the girls call the perfect formula for the perfect first introduction. It's an acronym. So S stands for smile, H stands for saying hello or a good handshake, a firm handshake. I for introducing yourself and giving 3 facts. N for nodding your head because it's polite in American culture. Wow. And then E for ending the conversation. So we really want girls to kind of embody all of that in all of these different pieces that come together. And so we really work to kind of put together a toolkit.
Yes. And our toolkit is about giving the girls the tools that can also help them shine. So that part of their being able to shine, because again, we call it polished pebbles, not because they're unpolished, but because they are. And so part of the way that we help them shine is making sure that they can have some uniform visibility so that no matter what they have underneath, they all still are recognizable with either a pink sweater. If they're in a different industry that is a bit more corporate or a bit more, fashion forward. And then Lisa's hard hat is a part of how they get to shine when it's a trades industry. So then that way when
shine bright like
they
a
shine
diamond.
bright like a diamond, a pink, beautiful diamond, rare. And so that then that's something that has been a big piece. And so what I learned when I talked about the trades industry and when I had that particular group on, what was the most important thing that my takeaway from that was, this is an industry where a lot of women shy away from it because they don't think it's woman's work. And it's been something that has been ingrained over centuries. And now here it is. Yes, you can do this work. And here's the best part. You don't have to fight for equal pay. Because the pay is equal. If you get the job, it's the same. And so that for me was huge because I said, wow. So that no matter what the title is, if you get the job or a man gets the job, you're not fighting for equal pay. The fight in that industry is for equal respect. And so that what we're doing is providing them with the tools of how to gain that respect. And so we bring on women who are in that industry who have been able to rise to success in that industry and can teach them how to maintain a space to get that success and respect.
I think one of the things I want to make as a point too, because we have the pink hard hats and the pink sweater, and Chris is like, it's not about a sorority. The other thing is, it's not about making sure girls feel like you got to wear pink to be a girl. No. Polished Pebbles is a living curriculum. That curriculum comes together when the mentors come in, the role models come in, and then they get to see this cross section of women showing what pink heart or hard hat life looks like. And so they get to see this wide spectrum of women to do it and say, I like her style. I can resonate with her. And so I think that's important, especially in these days and times where we're talking and thinking a lot about identity, gender identity, and how. And so we want to make sure that we're providing at least that initial toolkit of experiences, of exposure. And thinking of a toolkit, because we're going to get ready to get to our guest. Chris, one of the things as an impact director, we are actually always in need of support. People can go to polishpebbles.com to support and make donations, but we will be putting together CEO kits.
Yes.
And girls will be getting the sweaters and the Every Girl's a CEO book.
Absolutely. And in those toolkits, one of the things that's really great is we are trying to find our supporters as we go into our end of year giving, that we're actually going into that idea of how do you support a girl? How do you support a girl? And then there are going to be packages on, and so you'll be able to find it on our website. And then those of you who are already friends, you're going to be getting letters, so that then that way, how do you support a girl? But you can support more than one girl. You can support a group of girls, so that then wherever your giving level exists, then you'll be able to support those girls.
And we gave out these kits to the girls last month, and they were amazed when they got them in the mail, and it just felt so special. And then they felt equipped. So we've seen the pictures of the girls doing the work and actually using the tools to do that. And so thinking about the industry, and I know we have a guest. We actually have a guest here with us this morning. And so I don't know much about the trades and manufacturing and engineering and construction.
And I can barely hang a picture
we
on
would
the
be
wall,
at a loss. And so we've been really blessed to have opportunities to work with different partners, even Congresswoman Robin Kelly, who was really invested, one of our U.S. Congresswomen here in the district. We had a gathering of Black women who are leading in trades and construction to have a Black Women and Girls Trades Day. And so we got to bring together a lot of great leaders. Even in the Every Girl's a CEO book, you'll see Stephanie Hickman.
Yes.
She owns a Trice Construction, a black woman. And so we feature her, and she's talking about her first job. Of course, Dawn has brought out people from Millhouse as guest speakers as well. But we got to meet this lady, and I was so impressed with her.
Yes.
Because, what I love about women in the trades is they keep it real.
Yes.
And they definitely come in and they share, and, they can't afford to sugarcoat it. And so one of those ladies was Jane Jackson. She is a veteran from being around construction management, I think, for over 20 years, and also an expert in workforce development. And of course, that's all about what we're about with Polished Pebbles, and making sure our girls are CEOs in every industry, in every area of life. So, Jane, are you with us this morning?
I am. Can you hear me?
You
We
are.
can't hear you, Jane.
You got your mute on?
I'm muted.
Jane, can we hear you? Can you say something, Jane?
You can hear us, but we can't hear you. Did you take the mute off? Oh, now we hear you. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh, and she's got pink glasses. You better represent Jane. All right, Jane, tell us a little bit about yourself, because we brought you on today because you were a great supporter. You heard the call about us talking about black women and girls being in construction, and you showed up. Why does that matter to you?
Oh my. Let me try to make this real short, because I could talk about this for the next 30. First of all, I'm born and raised Chicagoan. Been here all my life, although I did spend 12 years out on the East Coast. Now, I'm not gonna tell you how old I am, but I'm an OG, okay? So I came up through the old school ranks where women were kind of funneled into administrative positions, if you will, all of those kinds of things, and I excelled at them. But underneath it all, I was always a tomboy. I was always a tinkerer. I liked tinkering around with stuff. I remember when HGTV was first launched, which kind of tells you how old I am. So as I moved my career forward, I ultimately, in the last 15 or 20 years, landed in construction management. But having such a strong administrative background, of course, that put my feet in both arenas, in what happens in the field, and in understanding in a very intrinsic way how everything that happens in the field has to be translated into the office in some administrative capacity, in some format. That's how folks get paid. Between those two things, I figured out a long time ago, are multiple career paths, which means you being anybody, but of course I'm focused on young black women because I'm black and I used to be a young black woman. I want them to understand what your guy was saying. First of all, it's a lucrative pathway. That's just having said that. And it is one of the few pathways where he's right. There is not much differentiation between salaries based on gender, because the standard is the standard. But within that paradigm, with a little bit of out the box thinking, you can craft a career that is more specific and indigenous to who you are. Well, what do I mean by that? If you like hammering and nails and digging in the dirt, we know that's there for you. There are multiple trades. Right. So we're talking electrical, HVAC, carpentry, which is the baseline for absolutely everything. Even in carpentry, there's finish work, there's structural work. So even there are two levels. Now, around all of that are a bunch of different segments that most people don't look at when we start to think about careers in the construction industry, because really it's not heavily promoted. Right. But if you're not seeing wide picture, you're not seeing it all. What do I mean? The pre-development process. There are multiple professional careers that go into that, and without that, you ain't building nothing no way.
Well, you know what, Jane? What we want to do is, I love the Sierra song "Level Up." And so we definitely want to make sure that when we come back after our break, we want to talk about the levels and the different types of careers. Because I think some girls think it's only about things that they do with their hands, but they don't know that there's all these different companies that you can be the community engagement manager, marketing manager,
Absolutely.
go into law. And so it's just really about opening their eyes to all of these possibilities. And I know nobody knows them as well as you do. So we are going to take a break. We're here at the Book of Dawn. I'm guest hosting today. It's the Polished Pebbles Takeover, and we're talking about careers and construction for our girls. So we'll get to talk to Jane a little bit more after we come up. All right. We got a little bit more time, Jane.
Okay.
So tell us.
WIFTBPM.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
WIFTBP.
Live from your studio. You're listening to Book of Dawn. Book of Dawn. With Dawn Millhouse.
Well, that was a really great break, and I think the universe knows that this topic is hot and thinking about how do we really, because I think that's one of my passions. I love sculpting the future professional voices of girls through my work with Polished Pebbles, but I think another passion and skill of mine is convening. So I don't need to be the expert. I don't have to be the expert, but I love finding good people who are committed to our girls and have knowledge and things that they can share. And so we're happy to share today Jane Jackson. She is a vet from the construction management industry, from workforce development, and we're talking about careers in construction for girls. And so Jane just started us, talking about the different types of trades, HVAC and plumbing and all of these things that the girls don't know about. And we started speaking a little bit before you left, before the last break, about just regular jobs that they may kind of know about, but not think about different opportunities that there could be more representation of women. There could be more representation of black women and girls, in the different levels and types of careers in construction. Can you tell us about a couple of careers that just girls may not have even considered that are outside of the skilled trades, but still in the industry?
Well, even, you know what, I'll use some of the more simplistic examples, even in terms of administration, right? Nowadays, everything is tech, everything is technology. And so once you as you're building a building in the field, there's a technological component that's happening back in the office. Right. There are administrators back in the office that have to push the paper trail for any project, particularly large projects, right? There is a whole career path that's available just learning construction management systems. So let's say you're a techie, you really like sitting in front of a computer and learning computer applications. I can think of at least 5 or 6 different systems that are actively used across the industry, and just knowing how to run and use those systems automatically makes you a great candidate for those jobs.
So those STEM skills are critically important.
Those
science.
STEM skills, the way STEM and construction are about to intersect, I don't think is being paid attention to enough as we build these career paths, because those two have already bridged together, and that's only going to get deeper. I'll give you a practical example. Currently, even right now, as we speak, I do work as a compliance consultant on multiple projects across the city, which means I track, monitor, collect data, and make sure that minorities and women are actively participating on these projects. And that's from a number of different levels, from the companies themselves, small contractors, and the individuals that actually get hired. But tracking that, making sure that happens, that's its own job. Yep. So all along this pathway, we know some obvious ones. Architectural, that's a totally different pathway. But if you think about it, even in community development,
right?
Somebody has to envision this stuff. Nothing lands on paper until it happens in somebody's head. I know that we've got such a wealth of talent, creativity in our communities that I want to see us get in on the front end of these processes and intrinsically integrate ourselves throughout the process. Because who better could envision, track,
right,
and then build or rebuild our own communities but us.
Than us. And honestly, Jane, that was one of the reasons I got passionate about this opportunity, because it gives girls a great opportunity that once they get into trades and they're in construction, they can point to the city, the skyline, their neighborhoods, their communities, and say, I did that, and that they were a part of it. So one last thing is, because we're getting ready to wrap up, so you definitely are encouraging parents to not let your girls off of the hook of thinking about STEM careers. That's that science, that technology, that engineering, and the math, right? Because girls have to learn how to fall in love with math. So those are critically important skills.
That's right.
But, you know, Jane, you got a lot of wealth in workforce development. Just tell me one thing quickly as we close. What's a good workforce development skill that all of our kids, but definitely our girls, should be thinking about and we should be developing in them?
You know what? You're already targeting it, because I was listening to you earlier as you talked about your SHINE acronym. The strongest workforce development skill I think you can have is to be able to appropriately and effectively represent yourself right where you are.
Right.
Okay. And you have to have a level of emotional intelligence about where you're standing and what your real capabilities are in order to do that. But if you can do that, I can think of few scenarios where you will not be invited to take the next step, because that's such a lost art.
And the key thing, Jane, we want is our girls to be invited to the table. We want our girls to know that they're already equipped with the ability and the innate talent to be at the table. And then, we want to raise these girls to not just try and wait for an invitation, but basically shape the future workforce so that they are putting the table together and they will be deciding who they want to sit with. So, Jane, I want to thank you guys so much for helping people understand about Polished Pebbles. If they want to learn more about Polished Pebbles, of course, they can go to www.polishedpebbles.com and learn about all of our multifarious aspects and programs. Right?
Good job. Good
Word
job.
of the day, right? So we've talked about our job shadowing initiative with so many different businesses nationally, globally, and locally. Today with the 50/50 Restaurant Group, we've also got a chance to learn about our Mommy and Me initiative, which again, go to polishedpebbles.com and sign up for you and your daughter. They can learn about business plans. And then we've got the Pink Hearts Ads initiative. So,
and we got one more surprise for y'all.
Oh,
one more.
Shine.
Is that Lady Millhouse?
Good morning. Happy Friday.
All right.
Thank you. You guys sound so crisp. Your hair, as usual, in my black speak, as per usual.
Oh, well, you know. This old wig.
Look, Miss Kelly, you got a pretty voice, child.
Thank you.
Let me find that you May's hiring and you putting in applications and stuff.
Well, I'm just learning from you, sis. We're just trying to fill your seat this morning. It's just
if you listen, May's Jack, she could do a Saturday show or something about nonprofits or something.
Listen, right?
I'm just saying. I'll get polished.
You left the seat hot too.
Like the hard hat. Hey.
Y'all got Lisa in there doing real work. You know she from the south suburbs. She don't know nothing about hard hat.
South suburbs? Oh,
Look, she wore all pink too. She was in
and
full
I didn't
support.
do the pink. Right, I had to go to a meeting afterwards, so I couldn't do the pink hair because I got to do a little quick meeting afterwards, and my hair would have been like, what? So.
Well, because y'all know I bought a wig, so Lisa, you can bring me that wig because I can wear it to the next podcast.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I get down like that.
Well, Dawn, we're just so glad
to. I just wanted to say thank you. I'm so proud of you, and I appreciate you. And we are definitely better together. And y'all looked out for me today so that I could be tipsy. I'm drinking pink champagne today.
Well, there you go. In honor of the Pebbles.
That's
right.
How many bottles did you polish off?
Today, as of now, none this morning, but I'm on my way.
On your way. That's right. Get it started.
All right. Well, Dawn,
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, nephew Ron. You know how some shows have nephew Tommy. We have nephew Ron.
Nephew Ron. And he took care of us today.
Yeah.
So we're just so grateful for the opportunity, Dawn, to represent as just one of your chapters with the Book of Dawn. And of course, we love being here to talk about what's in it for the Pebbles, and definitely because that's what's in it for the Black people. And so we enjoyed our.
You better say that.
Come on. So we enjoyed the Pebbles takeover.
Johnny Coleman, baby. Say that, Johnny Coleman, baby.
I try. But if they want to support the Pebbles,
I love y'all. I'm gonna hang up.
Okay, baby. Bye. Enjoy. We miss you.
Bye.
Well, Lisa, I know we're here to wrap, and so if people are interested in what they heard today with us, they can find us at www.polishedpebbles.com. Follow us on social media, on Facebook, and they can follow me at Kfear the Mentor on Instagram and Twitter as well. And where can they find the fabulous Chris Curse?
Oh, at the Chris Curse on Instagram and chriscurse.com.
Man, you guys did fabulous. And don't forget your book, Every Girl is a CEO. Order that. And real fast, since Dawn didn't do her 2 things, Dawn left a couple things. Remember to start each day with a grateful heart and stay safe. And I think that's perfect to end the weekend with.
Especially now.
Yeah. And tune in Monday to the Book of Dawn from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We love you guys. And you guys did I love you guys.
Thank you so much, Lisa. You were such a champ. And thanks for wearing your pink
Of
outfit.
course, just for you guys, yes. And we have to end with what Dawn says. Roll Tide.
Well,
WIFTBPM.